recording. Okay, so now how we will create a new credential. So first, creation of the new project, then creation of credentials. um, so I will create a new project, and so here you have 9 projects remaining in your quota. We have a limited quota, or the maximum numbers of projects that you can have. Sa akin, I still have 9 projects pa to create. Pwede. And then project name, you can change project name if you want, and then the organization and the location. So create. So those are required. And then here, so yan, this is our new project. So if you can see in our credentials, wala pa siyang laman. Okay. By creating a credential and authentication. Okay, so for web application, so you have to choose the application type. Though we have Android, Chrome app, iOS, and so on the like, but we'll be using that for the web application. But if in case that your project will be used in an Android, then you will have to choose the Android as the application type. But for me, in our subject, we'll be using the web application. And then client name, any client name will do. And then you have to add the URI. Okay, so for the URI, so for example, in this project, I'm using the 127.0.0.1, then port 8000, which is the default one. But if you change your IP address and then the port, then it should be registered in our credentials. Okay, yan. And then another one is I'm also using not only the 127.0.0.1 port, but also the localhost 4000. And then here for the authorized redirect, so this is our redirect, the authentication Google callback, and also I'm also using the localhost as the host name. So I have 127.0.0.1, and then I have also the localhost. Then create. Wait lang. So yun. Wait. Sorry. So this is the new project pala. This is my previous project. Okay, so let's go now to the new project. Sorry for that. So once you created a new project, you have to configure pala. You have to configure the consent screen. So yun. So you have to click. And then we have user types here. We have the internal and external. For the internal, only available to users within our organization. So you will not need to submit your application for verification. And then for the external naman, available to any test user in Google account. Your application or app will start in testing mode and will be available, etc. So I'm using the external, then create. Then you have to provide the application name. For me, kasi if I'm using Google account as my application name, and then email. The logo is optional. The app domain name is also optional, but for the address, that is required. So jofer.reyes@lorma.edu. So if I will click save and continue, an error saving your application has occurred because of this Google app name. So you should create parang a unique Joker blog example. Save and continue. Error pa rin siya. No, hindi na. So yun. And then once you are done, these scopes are ano to, let's see kung pwede na akong magkapag-create. Create authentication, app name. Yeah, you can create already credentials. Okay, then add URI, so same ulit-ulit, 127.0.0.1 and also the local host. Then the redirect, authentication, Google callback, localhost. Then state. And so pwede ko na itong gamitin. Let's see. So this is my new credential. So in my code, client ID, paste, save, then this one, paste. Then run natin. Nakarun na ba ito? Terminal. Wala. Hindi siya nag-run. Check ko lang. Nag-run naman siya. Ay, nasa command pala. So the project is still running. So log in, sign in with Google. Yan, so working na siya. Working pa rin siya. So by the way class, the credential, sana yan. So this credential is good for one application lang. Pero your application, for example this one, application or project, is you can use multiple credentials. Yan, binago-bago ko lang to kanina. So same application, different credentials, okay lang. But for the credential, one application lang. Okay, so yun. Kasi nag-error siya minsan. But if in case naman, if your client ID is wrong, so yan, for example yan, and then what will happen? Log in Google. So invalid client because of this one, yung client ID. So edit, ito yung client ID, and then balik ko lang yung dati, save, then the Google secret, save, then try. So 127. So I can use 127.0.0.1 and or I can also use the local host, port 8000. Same. And log in, sign in with Google, enter your email. Oh, meron siyang error doon. Callback. Ano na yung ginawa ko dyan doon? 127.0.0.1 log in, sign in with Google. Ayun. So 127, why? Because in our redirect I'm using the 127.0.0.1, but a while ago I'm using the localhost, so conflict. So if in case that in your redirect you use 127.0.0.1, then you have to use 127.0.0.1 in your address. So this is working. Okay, so by the way, yun lang yung discussion namin in group 1. Next meeting Friday, okay, we'll have another video demonstration Kasi our objective is when we log in our Google account, it should redirect to saan po ba ano yun? Product management. Laravel. Vlog ito eh. And anyway, in our Google Classroom, one of my video demonstration is about the product management. If you still remember yung product management, and your activity is the car management, right? Now, in the product management that I created, and also this one, pagsasamahin ko na sila. So, if I will log in my Google account, then it should redirect to the product management, not in the dashboard. Or pwede rin, I will create another tab dito for the product management. Okay? So, yeah. So, that is our objective for this week. And then, next week naman will be a chatbot. Then, for the chatbot, it will be also incorporated in our project. And that will be your final project. Yun lang muna. Okay?